right, I will call the April 16th, 2019 Plymouth Village Water and Sewer District meeting to order at 5:30 PM. And I need a motion on the meeting minutes.
Make a motion that we accept the meeting minutes from March 26.
I will second
All those in favor?
Aye.
And we
Compliments to the meeting taker.
Yes,
Yes.
compliments to the meeting
Yes,
taker.
very good.
And we have payroll and manifests, so I need a motion, please.
I will also make a motion that we approve payroll and our AP manifest.
All right, this
Seconded.
looks like AP only. All those in favor while I'm signing?
Aye.
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 Chris. Alright, so set those here. Comes back to you. This goes here, because this is all stuff Bob has to sign, right?
Yep, it's next on the bottom.
Okay, so,
I guess that goes here too. because-
yep, whole pile.
Okay.
All right, new business. Determine procedure for review and approval of MRI invoices.
I can't approve my own company's
You
invoices.
can't.
So
Okay.
my preference would be that you designate one of you to carefully review it. You may want to have Kim view it in advance, but I'd be most comfortable if you have a defined review process that doesn't involve me.
Okay. You have it?
I have it.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to do it now, or if there's another time that you want to review and approve.
Okay.
It's up to you.
We can do it now. We're here in a meeting. How often do these get done? A month.
Monthly.
Okay.
So it can be, I mean, it can just be in.
We can do
you
just
can
chair
design-
or all of
yeah,
us?
You can designate one of you to be the overseer with Kim, or you can
Okay.
have a field day with it. Up to you.
Who did it before?
Mel.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, she was merely an employee and had no vested interest.
Right, because it comes that from, right. How would we like to do this?
Well, I think we ought to all have a chance to read it, and if we got any questions,
Yep.
we should be able to ask Don.
Yeah, so it'd be nice to have it in advance of the
Yes, I would
Yep.
agree.
meeting. I mean, I assume we're doing this by motion, or are we doing this by?
Yeah, we need an authorization.
Yeah. So in the future, we'll,
All review and sign? Do we have to sign it or just review it?
or we'll authorize.
As long as you, you know, you can initial it, as long as there's an indication that you reviewed it before it got paid.
Right.
Okay,
We could make a motion to authorize you to approve it, right?
sure.
And I guess Paul is saying for the future, we'd like to be able to see them in advance of the,
I'd like to see the bill in advance so that I can,
yeah, it's kind of hard to do
Yeah,
it.
you can
at a
scan
moment's
it.
glance.
Yeah, she can scan it and distribute it by
Email.
email
Right.
with the agenda as an example.
Yep.
And it, you know.
I mean, at this,
And then it would be easy to pile it on for
Yeah.
approval at the meeting?
Yeah, sure.
yeah, at this point in time, I don't have any problem with dealing with it at this meeting if you want, but
I mean,
would
it
prefer
doesn't
to
look
be able to
like
sit down and
anything,
go
yeah.
over it.
Doesn't look like anything out of the ordinary. It's
Right.
Mel's hours and Don's hours
Right.
for
Nicely
organized.
organized by date, so that's
Mhm.
good. Kind of the way I do bills, so.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do we make a motion to approve this one?
Oh, yeah, I'll make a motion that we authorize Judy to approve this invoice.
I would second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Don, just initial?
Sure, just initial pass on to Kim.
Anywhere?
Sure.
Okay, I'll do it on the total page. And it is 4/16/19. All right, Kim, that is back at you.
Just leave it, I'll pick it up again.
Okay,
Yeah, once you hand that to me, I'm gonna give her this whole pile, so.
okay.
Anything-
All right.
Anything you want her to
Is
have.
this a separate category somewhere, or is this something we have to sign? I don't understand Cindy's note. It says auditors request to be sent to lawyers engaged by the district in 2018. So the auditors are requesting that we send this information.
I think she got an email today from the auditors, which every year they do ask that a letter go out to any attorneys you use during the year, just to make sure that.
That they understand that we have an audit and it's all done? Okay,
There wasn't any legal action that the auditors need to be aware of, that kind of thing. I
Okay.
think she was preparing that when I left earlier, so.
all right, so it looks like that we are sending this out, and basically it says, in connection with an audit of our financial statements as of December 31st, 2018, and for the year end, please furnish our independent auditors the following information. And so the auditors are actually asking for
Right,
information from our attorneys about ending any claims or
Yeah.
litigations. So
That will allow them to put conditions in their audit
Right.
report saying that.
if we need them.
You know, your books are good, except there are these outstanding potential liabilities.
Which, the good thing is, we have none, so
Yes.
this should be pretty easy and straightforward, and I am the signatory, so I need a motion.
All right, I'll make a motion that we authorize Judy to sign the letters to Drummond Woodson and the Sisler Law Office.
I'd second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Well done. Okay. I was gonna pass them both over at the same time, I was just getting them out of my way.
Paper is the bane of my existence.
Oh my God, yeah. All right. It looks like we have some sewer abatement requests.
We do. We have an abatement for 271 Fairgrounds Road. The water staff picked up a high meter reading for the quarter. Kim contacted the owner, who was searching for the source of the high usage. The owner discovered a leak in the outside water used to water animals in the barn. Water was shut off to the barn. The leak will need to be fixed after the snow and frost are gone. It's estimated that 16,850 gallons of water was attributed to the leak. And they're requesting an abatement of $263.53. Customer is Mary Daniels.
Okay. Did we have a recommendation? Kim, you usually, it is
At the bottom,
a
I
recommended?
think that I recommend, yes.
Oh,
Okay.
We've done our research and
Right,
for sure,
Yeah.
and averaged their quarters. and-
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that.
okay.
Do we want to do these individually or all three together?
Are they, I think
They're
we
all
should,
very similar.
I would do them individually because they're individual
Okay.
properties.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
I'll make a motion that we approve the abatement request for 271 Fairgrounds.
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
And while you're signing, I'll continue. 8 Reservoir Road, a very similar amount, 16,086 gallons. January 17th, the customer discovered a leak in the outside meter pit due to freeze-up. Water staff responded to a call from the homeowner and shut the water off so that repairs could be made. Customer's father-in-law repaired the plumbing. Water staff inspected the repair, turned the water back on. It's estimated, as I said, 16,086 gallons of water. They're requesting an abatement of $251.65, and staff is recommending the abatement. It's Stevens.
Okay. I need a motion.
I'd move the abatement as read.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And finally, 15 Langdon Street, December 14th, a customer discovered a 30-gallon hot water tank had ruptured in the basement of the rental property. The basement filled up with water and had to be pumped out by the sump pump in the yard.
Ouchie.
Problem was discovered after the tenants called due to no hot water. Customer provided the receipt for the purchase of a new hot water heater, which was replaced December 14th. Estimated that 18,862 gallons of water filled the basement. It's the Berman.
Common in this billing in March for the winter
Yeah.
things to crop up.
The Berman, it's Langdon Street, Berman property. The abatement request is $295, and the staff recommends.
I need a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the abatement request as read.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Alrighty, any other new business that has cropped up, new, that isn't on here?
Yes, we were advised by the Woodsville Guarantee Bank that the loan, the note for the Foster Street well building and pipe replacement was for $765,000. Project is closed out at $648,000, leaving a loan balance to draw against, but no purpose to draw it for, of $116,068. Woodsville Savings says we have essentially two options. We can modify the note, which reduces the note, and so we'll pay a lesser amount per year over the 20-year life of the original bond, or we can pay down the principal and reduce the term so that we will pay off the note, same payment schedule, but we paid off in 17 years. And I talked to an investment banker who said, no big deal either way. It's not going to impact your borrowing capability, and you're not.
Yeah, it's a small amount that it
Yeah.
wouldn't, over 17 years, be that much interest difference, but I'd rather pay it off in 17, so I would rather do the principal, but that's what.
I'd go along with that. I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, do we need a motion for this? To tell you what to do?
No,
All
I don't
right.
think so. We're just gonna go, so we're gonna, instead of a 20-year note, we're gonna have a 17-year note.
That's correct.
Okay, I understood you. Take care of that.
Awesome. Any other new business?
Yes, we have been invited to a joint work session with the Board of Selectmen. Met with the town administrator yesterday, very positive meeting, talked about the future of a lot of things, economic development, water supply. They have offered May 13th or May 27th, which I earlier learned does not work for our chair.
Our chair cannot do it.
So
Either of those 2 days.
Either of those
Yeah.
2 days.
So I will be in touch with them. They typically meet every other, I think it's every other week. I was not sure if they sent me the specific dates. So I will get back to them and say we would be, I'm trusting we would be happy to meet with them.
Yep.
It's just those 2 dates don't work. So I'm assuming it'll be, it looks like.
And just for your information, it is the selectmen's responsibility to have a selectmen's rep come to our meetings. And they do occasionally.
Good.
So just FYI.
Well, we can discuss how happy we would be if they came on a regular basis.
Yes, we would.
But if, we can certainly provide them with information about why it would be fun to be here.
Yes, we're fun times.
Yeah, we
but
are.
Just so you know, since this is a new ball game for you,
Yeah.
them's the rules of that ball game.
I'm
Well-
not the umpire. But I will be happy to,
Gentle reminder.
yes. And so
They do have a rep that goes to, like, Park and Rec meeting, the planning board meeting, the zoning board, you know, they have a rep that goes to all of the other boards that are around. So we have a rep that sometimes comes here.
That may just be a statement of the confidence that they have in the three of you.
There you go. I like that. So, and just on the up and up, I have a graduation on the weekend of the 13th, and I am going to be away at a conference on the 27th. So,
Yep.
that is the reason.
Okay. I'll simply tell them those 2 dates won't work for us. What's the next most available date?
And I'm assuming that was 5/13, and I happened to
Yes.
write down 3/13
Yeah.
and 3/27.
Get out
for
of
some-
winter, please.
Oh, God, it was snowing this morning when I walked the dog.
Just lightly.
Yes, but still, white stuff was sticking to my pants.
Yeah.
Yuck. So that's all we have in terms of new business.
Any old business?
Just me.
Just you? All right, so we had some purchase recs.
We do. We have one for $20,000 to the Penta Corporation. We have changed the style. You'll see that we've done a couple things. One, we will be adding a line for my review prior to, initials prior to getting it to you. And there's gonna be more clarity. We're gonna beef up the explanation of why we're doing
Okay.
this.
Yep.
And we're gonna verify the account stuff. And if we go to new software, that will all be built into the system.
Nice, okay.
So in this instance, it is to build a new catwalk, double doors, handrail in the basement of the Headworks building. This is a new item. The catworks and improved egress will allow the operators to conduct biannual vector cleaning of the wet well, as well as for routine pumping inspections and maintenance without having to be lowered into the wet well. On a
Darn, you don't want to go down the hole?
tripod, which is confined space.
Right.
EPA kind of stuff.
Anything that gets us out of confined space stuff is good.
So that's that one.
That's
You
the
do
one.
this all in one?
Yep,
Yeah,
all in
yes,
one. This
yes.
one goes all in one.
Okay, the other one is to Belmore. 80 hours of vectoring and jetting district sewer lines, manholes, pump stations, and the treatment plant.
Clean up from winter garbage.
$11,200.
What is factoring, if I may ask?
It sucks out all the stuff that's
Okay.
gotten down into
Got
the,
it.
yeah.
Like we do,
Exactly what it sounds like.
like we do with the
Yes,
sewers. out
yeah,
there,
exactly.
I should say the
Yep.
drainage in town.
Kind of like vacuuming, only
Okay,
squared.
yeah, got it. Yeah, no, I look at that, and what the heck is factoring?
Tri-Sales of Sudbury, Mass. for $13,844. And these is to continue the meter replacement program, convert 2 routes to radio reads, used meter installations, and rehabbing or rebuilding meters due to freeze or when a meter is pulled from service. And that was, did I say that already?
Yep.
Okay. And the last one is Tri-Sales, and it's...
It's Thai.
Oh, Thai sales. Like Thai food.
Without the
Yeah.
HI.
Without the noodles.
AHA, right, without the noodles, exactly.
And this is the meter for St. Matthew's Catholic Church, 11 School Street. The customer will be paying for this meter. And we don't mess with God, so
Yes.
we'll approve that and get it going.
Okay, I need a motion for the consent agenda, please.
I'll make a motion that we approve those 4 purchase recs as presented.
Second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Jason, just really quickly, how many more meters do we have to change
okay.
over?
Quite a few will be, we budgeted about 30,000 this year, so this will be a portion of that. But there probably is another $30,000 worth of meters.
Really?
mostly
There's
residential
Still
there.
out there, wow, I thought we were,
We knocked off all the large meters.
Right,
Greater than 1 inch.
yep.
So another
Need that.
year will be fully electronic then?
They do
We'll enter the
expect-
electronic
Hopefully
era.
the radio reads
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
radio reads,
Yeah,
yeah.
expect next year.
Nice.
So
So we've
speeds
gotten-
up the whole reading process.
Have we
It does,
gotten
yeah.
into the apartments and all of that?
Yeah,
For the buildings that, you know, we had to ask permission to get in, you know, a little bit more permission to get into and stuff like that.
I think all of the commercial, we just mostly have a few lingering residential.
Awesome. On your way. Alrighty, so.
One thing we discussed at the, or we heard about at the conference last
Mhm.
week, or the workshop, was about potentially billing on a monthly basis instead of quarterly.
Yep,
So that was, having that ability would be possible once we had all those new meters in.
I think once we had talked about that at one point, and, you know, we thought the paperwork was a little bit expensive, you know, for all
Well,
the bills
that's
to go out and.
For
so-
discussion, but yeah,
right.
it was an interesting part
Yep.
of our
Yep.
workshop last week.
It has been something that we've actually toyed around with in the past. And we've basically said, well, with 2 office staff and time and paper and postage and all of that, that it was actually cheaper to keep it quarterly.
Yeah, well, I think one of the issues that came up in the workshop was that just from a perception or ability to pay
Point of view,
point
yeah.
of view,
And
that helps a lot of customers if they'd be paying monthly instead of.
That's
quarterly.
true.
They pay for the cable on a monthly basis. They pay for a lot of services
Just
on a monthly basis. And so they
right.
get their water bill or sewer bill.
And
they
go,
can-
ah!
They
Right.
compare that to
Right,
the monthly
yeah.
bill.
So there's a perceived,
Yes, I get the perceived stuff, but,
But I would hope that we would kind of meld
Yeah,
that
we should.
into kind of the big picture.
Yep.
We're trying to get to a point, hopefully fairly soon. We've gathered the data. We're assembling all of the data associated with the exercises that they put us through.
excellent.
And we have lots of engineering data with regard to what's broken or about to break or needs to be replaced. And so the kind of the business planning exercise I'm hoping to get us engaged in fairly soon is kind of a concurrent paths, looking at the rate structure. What reasonably can the rates be expected to generate in
Mhm.
this environment?
Yep.
Given the median household income, looking at
Right.
the various customers, and so,
Yeah,
and fairly, what reliable grants could we look at? And then, what can we afford to replace? What can we afford to fix? What can we afford to Band-Aid? And what do we just leave it alone until it breaks?
right,
Until at some point we get to the point that not only have we fixed everything that's broken and are staying with it maintenance-wise, but we're also starting to put money together against future
Right.
reserves.
so that we aren't,
And that's probably not going to be a 2-week exercise.
No, I don't think so.
I'm guessing many
I'm
of us may
guessing
not
this is
be
going
here
to
for the
be-
celebration party. But it's kind of the strategy, and not only the billing cycle, but billing tiers, looking at our top 10 customers and
Right.
all of those kinds of things. So hopefully we'll be working kind of 2 ends to the middle in terms of affordability and operational reliability.
Right, I was gonna say, all the things we gotta do to keep it all working.
And so that's the long-term picture. The short run is not getting run over by trying to figure out what happens in the meantime and
Right.
reacting
Right.
to what breaks tomorrow.
Exactly.
So that's everything for me, except for a brief non-public to discuss personnel matter.
Okay, so I need a motion to go into non-public, please.
Under 91A 32A, personnel matter.
I'll make a motion that we go into non-public pursuant to 91A 32A.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I think non-public has to be roll call.
Does it?
I believe it does, but they may have changed the rules. It does, yeah, so it
Okay.
does.
So you have to,
Say,
your name.
Chris Woods, aye.
Judy DeLeo, aye.
Paul Sansucci, aye.